What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again for Saturday's two-game slate. We got two really good games. Philadelphia against Toronto, game one of round two in the playoffs. I think that should be a really good game. And also, we got the Spurs against the Nuggets, do or die. Game seven should be a hard-fought battle between them two. So I get six of my favorite plays. My money's six. So before we get going, if you could drop a like in the video, that means a lot. Let's try to get over 100 likes. If we could hit that, it'd be greatly appreciated. Last slate that my plays were really good. We had three of the top scorers on the slate with Harden, KD, and Lou Williams in that battle where the Clippers took down the Warriors. That was a really good game for us. Montrezl Harrell did his thing. Jay Crowder was solid value. Royce O'Neal was solid value. So we had six all-around plays that did their thing. So hopefully we can keep that going here on the slate for tonight. So let's get right into it, though. First guy up, I'm going to go with Nikola Jokic at 10,100 going against San Antonio. Tried to put the team on his back last game. 79 DraftKings points. Very efficient, too. 19 for 30. 63% for the field. He only had 2 turnovers, so he did all he could in that game, but they still lost. So, I mean, you might as well not go away from him again in this game. He's really been their sole offense, their sole kind of consistent offense, I would say. And he's going to be playing around 39 minutes again here when he does play that many minutes. He's simply going to go off. He had 58 last time on the road against them, and 54 in 39 minutes. 55 and 36 minutes. So I think he's going to give us over 50 DraftKings points, upwards of 60 plus in this spot. The Spurs have been trying to contain him, but now at this point of the series, I think Jokic is going to just ball out here back in Denver and flirt with a triple-double again here. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. I'm going to go with Kawhi Leonard at 8,400. There's no one on Philadelphia that I think can really stop him. Actually, Orlando had a good matchup on him, and Aaron Gordon, he was one of the best ISO defenders in all of the NBA this year. And Philadelphia doesn't have that true stopper that I think can match up with Kawhi. Butler is okay defensively. Tobias Harris is okay. Not great. Simmons is pretty good. Not sure they're going to put Simmons on Kawhi, though, defensively. Embiid's a good defender, but he won't be matched up with Embiid at all. So at 8,400 here, I think it's a good price tag for a guy that has 50-plus upside. We saw that against Orlando. 53, 53. 2 out of the 4 games. He had 42 in the last game. They absolutely blew him out. Probably could have got more if that game was a little bit more competitive. But in this game, it's only a 6-point spread. I think it should stay competitive throughout. And I think Kawhi can get it done. He had 3 really good average games against Philadelphia during the regular season. He averaged 30 points and 34 minutes a game, and I think he can get closer to 37 minutes he got in the close game against Orlando. So if he's playing that much for a price like at 8,400, a guy that already averaged 50 DraftKings points against his team, it should be a higher scoring game than what we had against Orlando as well. So I really like him in the spot. I'm going to lock him in there. I think he has a good chance of getting a lot of defensive stats as well, because I think he'll be matched up with Ben Simmons. And that kind of leads me into my next play, why I like Jimmy Butler a good amount. It's because basically what they're doing in the regular season, they had Kawhi on Ben Simmons a good amount. Not sure if they're going to change things up because they didn't play with Tobias Harris on the team. But just based on how I think the matchups will go, I think Gasol will be on Embiid. You'll have Siakam on Tobias Harris. Then you have Kawhi on Simmons, and then I would put Danny Green on Jimmy Butler, and then put Lowry on JJ Redick. That's what I would do personally. So I think that's what they're going to do. I mean, it makes sense just how well Kawhi defended Simmons during the regular season. That's a big part of their offense. When Simmons gets going, it really kind of feeds into the rest of their offense. So I think Jimmy Butler is going to be turned to a little bit more here with Simmons struggling. He struggled in game 1 against the Nets as well, and Butler was that kind of guy that stepped up and had a big game in game 1, 54 DraftKings points. So I could see something similar to that where Simmons needs to get comfortable in the offensive game plan where they have to adjust after game 1, and Butler kind of is that backbone of the offense in this matchup. And we get him at a better price at 6,800 compared to the 7,000 or so he was around during that first series. So against Toronto, and he has had some big performances against Toronto this year, 42 DraftKings points an average in 3 games. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my third guy. Then I'm going to go with Jamal Murray here at 6,300. He's been very up and down in this series against San Antonio, but his upside is so good, and his usage and shot total has been there, where I think he can get it done for us in Game 7. If you look at the shot totals, 19, 16, 14, 17, and 23. So some big-time shot totals. big time upside in 2 games, 45 and 36. Not big time, but still a solid upside at 6,300. I mean, it is a 2-game slate. You're not going to be able to get huge return on value at every single player. And then this Nuggets and San Antonio game doesn't have great salaries, I would say, for upside. So Jamal Murray, I think he can just have like enough usage where he gets it done and gets us a little bit better shooting than what he did last game. He bounces back. He was kind of getting into his zone game 5 and game 6. So I think we'll get back to that back at home, a little bit more comfortable. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my 4th guy. I'm going to go with JJ Redick here at 4,700. Like I mentioned with the matchups, Lowry will probably be on him just based on what I think. And Lowry isn't used to kind of defending these kind of just run around the court 3-point shooters. So there will be some adjustment for Lowry as well. And Redick had some big-time games against them in 3 games against, 30 DraftKings points on average. Shot very well from 3, 42%. So that's a good sign. He is an up-and-down scorer. Obviously, his downside is very small, like when he doesn't really get it going from 3, doesn't have big-time performances, as we saw against the Nets. But it was kind of the Embiid show and the Simmons show, and even Tobias Harris towards the end of that series. So he didn't really need to do much. But this is a much better defensive team than what they had in Brooklyn that can take away kind of their star players and make the role players have to step up. Simmons will probably have his dribble stopped by Kawhi a decent amount, making him have to kick it out to a guy like JJ Redick. So some more opportunities in this series. I think he can get it done enough to return some value. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my 5th guy. For my final guy, there's not many value plays, honestly, but Patty Mills has been a guy that's been trending up minutes-wise. As the series has gone on, Coach Popovich has turned to him a little bit more, some more trust in him over some younger guys probably. If you look at the minute trends, like game 4, game 5, he only had 18 minutes. Then game 6, 21 minutes, and then game 5, 21 minutes, and then game 6 he had 25 minutes. I think I just said that, 21, then 25. So a bit of a trend. Some more shots obviously going up when he's playing more minutes at 12 shots. Good sign. He did shoot 0 for 7 from 3, but he is a really good shooter. I think he'll be able to bounce back from that. And honestly, if Derek White does struggle in this game 7, like Patty Mills does have the ability to get up to, like towards like 28, maybe even 30 minutes if that kind of happens with the younger guy on the road in game 7. There could be some nerves there, and Patty Mills has been in these kind of playoff situations before. So I think Coach Pop could trust him in this game. Give him some more minutes, 3,400. Really good salary. I mean, he hasn't returned bad lines except this one where he had 4 and 13. But recently, 21, 16, 22. Not bad at 3,400. There's like really not many value guys, like I said, in a 2-game slate. It's really tough to find someone below 4,000. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there, though, as my final guy. That gives us some salary relief at 5,150 remaining per player. If you want to take a dart throw, Will Barton is a guy that does have the upside, but he's been atrocious throughout the series except like 1 game. But 3,900 for Will Barton does have the scoring upside. That's really the only one else I considered, but I feel like he's very risky. Definitely more GPP. But that is it for the plays. Hope you enjoyed it. You got your money 6, Jamal Murray, Jimmy Butler, Kawhi, Jokic, Redick, and Patty Mills. So drop a like in the video if you enjoyed it. 100 plus likes would be fantastic. Thank you if we can hit that. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell icon and get alerted every time I upload so you don't miss out on any more NBA playoff DraftKings picks. But good luck, and we'll see you back here again next time.